Hey guys, I'm Jennifer Danielle and welcome to my channel. August was such a busy month for me, and so I wanted to do a quick mini recap to show you guys footage from some of the events that you may not have seen. So first up is Chateau Elan Winery, which I went to on August 1st. This was part of a brand partnership where I was able to tour their facility and share it with you. So let's get into it. I love the attention to detail that this facility provided. So when I arrived, they delivered this charcuterie board and their staple wine to my room. And let's take a quick look at the room. So you have a huge bathroom with your lighted up vanity mirror, which you guys know how I feel about vanity mirrors. There's also the tub, so it's super large seating. I feel like this is a great couples getaway, but yeah, you guys know I had to check it out solo for my girls to let you know if it would be great for you also. So of course there's also the standing shower there, which I found very convenient because I did not have time to lounge in the tub because I was only there for like 2 days. So getting into the bedroom here. As you guys can see, this is the king suite. So there is the large king bed. I love that the lamps and everything were right next to the bed and that it had such a huge closet. And you have your safe there and plenty of room to hang your clothes. And you guys know how I feel about robes. So there was a nice cotton plush robe provided for you to use while in the room. There's also, of course, the little chair that you can sit in if you wanted to lounge, and a desk. So I found this perfect for when I wanted to upload content while I was traveling. You have your TV there, so pretty standard. And looking out the window, you have this beautiful view of the pool. So I definitely love this view and had to visit the pool, which you guys will see a little bit later. For dinner, I visited Lewis's House of Bourbon, which is located right on site in the hotel, and it's kind of like a sports bar / pub feel, but it's fancy, if that makes sense. So I ordered my staple, an old fashioned, which turned out to be really good there. And also for dinner, I decided to get the lamb chops with potatoes and peppers. So dinner was relatively good, but I can't even front y'all, I was still hungry after eating this. Okay, so you guys know you cannot visit a winery without seeing the vineyard. So I thought that this was so cool and such a great experience to be able to actually walk through and see the grapes growing on the vines. And the hotel was located on the right side. Of course, you guys couldn't see me walking up, but it's a really close walk over to where they actually make the wine and all of that. So everything is right there on the campus. And so once I arrived inside of that beautiful building, I saw MARC's Bar and Restaurant, which is where the kind of steakhouse is in their most upscale restaurant. And also to the right, you have the winery, which is the area where you can do wine tastings and order glasses of wine. And that is where your tour starts of the actual winemaking process. So the tour / tasting was about $45 and included a actual guide that walked you through the process of them making wine and gave you a full explanation. And she also walked around and gave you a sample of 5 of their wines and told you about how to sip them, what you should be smelling for, the entire process of wine tasting. And this was definitely my favorite part of this whole experience. And I love just kind of like actually shaking my glass and sniffing for the flavors and scents she said that you should smell. So definitely a great experience. And even if you don't stay at the hotel, I definitely recommend going out there and checking out that tour if you get an opportunity. So after sipping all that delicious wine, I actually managed to find a hammock in the middle of the vineyard and decided to take a little rest and chill. After my nap, I decided to make s'mores by the fire pit, which were really good. And look at the views of the inside of this hotel. Isn't that beautiful? So as promised, I got to show you guys the pool and the hot tub and give you guys my final thoughts on this location. I think Chateau Elan is such a beautiful campus and experience for tasting wine and learning the history. I did not feel awkward as a solo traveler, but I did not see any other solo people. So just note that if you decide to do this by yourself, but I think it's a perfect getaway right outside of Atlanta. 2 weeks after my classy wine experience, I decided to go to Lakewood Amphitheater to see Chris Brown. And as you guys can see, the sun is shining. It's beautiful. It's one of those open area concerts. So you have a couple of seats, but a large lawn area that is general admission where you can sit. I also had the opportunity to finally try Wiz Khalifa's restaurant, and it was pretty good. So there's chicken, mac and cheese, and actual hot Cheetos on top of that. So as you guys can see, the night started off with me singing and dancing and looking cute and just feeling good with my drink in hand and my cute little shorts. And of course, no event is complete in Atlanta without swag surfing. So it happened. So this is where the night begins to turn. I look up at the sky and I'm like, something does not look right. I kid you all not even 2 minutes later, this happens. We all end up trying to take cover under this small covering at the concert venue, and it is actually a lightning warning. So they're telling us to go back to our cars and take cover, and I was not going back to my car. So I go and hide in the bathroom and look like this. But hear me talk about it firsthand.
Okay, so not only were we told that the show was delayed because it was about to rain, but it was severe thunderstorms. So they really wanted everybody else to go back to their car if you weren't sitting under seated cover, which was like practically nobody. So I am drenched. I managed at least to get under the cover after a minute because people were moving so slow. But I don't know. It looks like people are coming in. They told everybody to go to the car, and now look out there. They won't even let you back in the gate. So I don't know what they're planning on doing, what time we're going to start, but nobody has performed yet. Not a single person. I hear them making an announcement, so I'm going to try to get back in. Here we go.
So now it's about 10 o'clock and way after my bedtime, and Lil Baby and Chris Brown start performing. And they do kind of this rotation thing where it's 3 songs a piece and they rotate. And I was not there for Lil Baby. I am a little bit old for his music, I feel like. And the crowd got so wild. They were stepping in chairs. It was wet. It was just too overwhelming for me. So I left, and then this happened. I think this wins the award for worst concert ever. And it's not because of Chris Brown's performance. I actually couldn't tell you about his performance because everybody stood in chairs all around. And I get it, that happens at concerts occasionally. But this security gave no fucks. They just let you step in chairs, do whatever. It was so bad that I am literally sitting in my car and just trying to leave the show early. But, of course, the parking attendants have let people, box me in. So I can't even leave. So I was extremely disappointed and so looking forward to that concert, and had spent my hard-earned money, so I was pretty upset, but I could not let it linger long because the next day was the Weeknd's concert, and that was the one I have been waiting on for over 2 years. So let's get into that. All right, so we have made it to the final concert of Concert Summer. It is night 2 in a row. So I'm hoping that the Weeknd will be much better than Chris Brown last night. I'm sure I talked about it somewhere in this video. I was not happy last night and I left extremely early. But this one is downtown and it's actually in the football arena, Mercedes Benz Stadium. So you guys get some Atlanta downtown views. And I have to figure out exactly where this damn stadium is. So I'll be back in a minute. I've always felt like Atlanta did such a good job with putting these 2 arenas next to each other because it's really, really beautiful and it just really gives you a sense of pride being downtown. Alright, so we are inside and it was very easy. I got through really, really quick. So they do have the clear bag policy implemented, so you do have to have your clear bag. So it's the same one I purchased from Essence. I will link it down here, but we're about to see the Weeknd. Okay, so I opted not to sit on the floor, so I'm actually in the Delta Sky Club, and it has its own little personal bar area and its own concession stand right over here. I still haven't seen exactly where the seats are, but I got me a wine to start the day, and it is almost showtime. A fun fact, the Weeknd was actually one of my first out-of-town concert experiences where I did a solo trip. So I flew to Atlanta overnight and actually stayed at an Airbnb and came to see him. So I had not seen him since 2017. And this album meant so much to me because the After Hours album actually came out in 2020. And I felt like it was kind of what got me through the pandemic. I remember taking walks outside because, it wasn't safe to go to the gym, and just listening to that album. I was going through a breakup, and so it was the one that I cried to, and the one that made me happy. And it was such an exciting thing to finally be able to see these songs performed live. And the Weeknd definitely did not disappoint. As you guys can see, he brings the flame and all of that. I knew that he had a really wonky stage, which is why I didn't want to sit on the floor, because it was the same experience last time and you couldn't see him the whole time. So as you guys can see, all the emotion was coming out while he was performing. Loved, loved, loved this concert. That's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching this mini recap. Be sure to tune in Wednesday where we pick up on Virgin Voyage's Scarlet Lady.